Hey, welcome to If Then 103 or thereabouts, and the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina K-O-S-T-I-N-A. Excuse me. This is where we read books and talk about books, and no special effects, and no theme music, and none of that fancy smashy stuff going on here. And as you can tell, I've been sick for a few days now. And my whole scheme of doing things has been thrown out whack. So I usually do new releases at the end of the month. But due to being sick and being confined to bed for a whole bunch of days, new releases has been moved to the beginning of the month. And these are the books that I'm looking forward to. And would you believe it or not, but quite a few of these books are not going to be released till March 31st? Go figure on that one. And somebody wants to say hello. I need to move back to the other side of the paranormal universe where she can have her bed and be next to me. She's not pleased on this side of the universe. So, where you going? What do you want to do? Make up your mind. What do you want to do? Pick a side of the room. Do you want to be in? Make up the mind. Jesus Christ, she's gonna drive me crazy. So anyways, let's get down to it. The 12! Alright, I lied! 14! I wanted it to be 12. But I found one extra. And then when I found one extra, I couldn't leave it at 13. I'm a little on the superstitious side. So, 14 new releases that I'm sort of kind of looking forward to. And you will absolutely see quite a few of these on this channel. July, August, we'll see how the world goes. My world has completely turned upside down the past couple of weeks. It started with illness, and it led with a death, and it led with unemployment. It's just been gobbledygookity, gobbledygookity, gobbledygookity around here. So where was I? Oh yes, new releases! Are you still here? Hey Selena, you still here? I know I called you out on a few videos ago. I don't remember which ones. Marie Benedict, daughter of Egypt. In the 1920s, archaeologists Howard Carter and Lord Cameron of the Highclere Castle made headlines around the world with the discovery of the treasure-filled tomb of the boy pharaoh Tutankhamun. But behind it stood Lady Evelyn Herbert, daughter of Lord Cameron, whose daring spirit and relentless curiosity made the momentous find possible. Hey, Stargate! Daniel Jackson, go find me some treasures. Nearly 3,000 years earlier, another woman defied the expectations of her time, Hatshepsut, Egypt's last pharaoh. Her reign was bold, visionary, and nearly erased from history. When Evelyn becomes obsessed with finding Hatshepsut's secret tomb, she risks everything to uncover the truth about her reign and keep valuable artifacts in Egypt where they really belong, in Egypt, in museums where people can see them. Not steal, just looking. Book 2. Why are these people going for comic book covers? Yeah, they're colorful and all that kind of stuff. But they just don't spell Regency. Those spell Regency back there. They spell Regency. Is there anything good over here? You know, naked guy on the cover situation. But this is all pink. Where's my mic? It's all pink. The Governess's Guide to Spells and Managing Misfits and Marquise. Mary Poppins meets My Fair Lady. Okay, it looks it. Herminia Davenport can hardly believe the audacious exploit she's about to attempt. To protect an orphan young Viscount, the prim and proper governess feels she has no choice but to break rules of the Parasol Academy handbook. But when the lad's guardian, a ruthless, ambitious explorer escorted by the evil Fey Queen, spirits him away on a dangerous North Pole expedition, Mina employs an invincibility spell to snatch him from the ship. But a magical misfire whisks Mina and her charge into a different vessel, that of a regularly handsome Irishman, a strapping prizefighter from Dublin's back streets, and Mina finds herself at sea in more ways than one. Okay. Another one with the pink. Ileana Andrews. This kingdom will not kill me. When Maggie wakes up cold, filthy, and naked in a gutter, it doesn't take her long to recognize Kaer Torrin, a city she knows intimately from the pages of the famously unfinished dark fantasy series she's been incessantly reading and rereading while waiting for the final novel. Pink. Wakes up cold, filthy, and naked in a gutter. Pink! I don't get it. Beautiful pink and blue skies, and it starts off with this. Her only tools for navigating the gritty world of rival warlords, magic, and mayhem. Her encyclopedic knowledge of the plot, the setting, and the characters' ambitions and fates. But while she quickly discovers she cannot be killed, though many will try, the same cannot be said for the living, breathing characters she's coming to love. In pink! Oops. Alright, let's go to a darker side of town, shall we? Bloodlust! Sandra Brown. 2 years ago, Detective Mitch Haskell lost his wife to a vicious attack of retribution and has since attributed her murder to 2 men, Roland Malone and the unavowed mastermind of the crime known as Oz Malone, a ruthless executioner and drug dealer who fronts a restaurant owner, neutralizes so cleanly that he doesn't leave a trace, and he performs his handiwork at the bidding of Oz, the faceless kingpin of a drug trafficking operation whose name alone evokes terror! I don't know what's with me today. Obsessively vowing to avenge his late wife's murder, Mitch has been on a downward spiral, jeopardizing his close relationships and drinking excessively to numb his pain. After going one step too far, Detective Brown, his former best friend and Bob West, has forced Mitch to get therapy. Yes, get therapy. Out. And then he meets a lady in therapy. Alright. We're in New York. We're reading this author. Check out my book series. I've done them. I'll try it if I remember my stupid scared brain here to put them in a list. But we have done Molly Murphy. She came over from Ireland under assumed name and worked her way up, married a cop. Now she's got a couple kids and a couple dollars. And Sid and Gus across the street. Let's see. And I'm so glad that her daughter is helping her continue writing this. I like this series, Miss Bowen. New York is busier than ever as 2 million visitors come to the city to witness the Hutton Fulton celebration in 1909, marking the 300th anniversary of Henry Hudson's discovery of the Hudson River. Parades, exhibitions, carnivals, and marvelous displays of the wonders of the latest inventions. Electricity! Across the city make for 2 straight weeks of celebrations, which Molly and her family, along with friends Sid and Gus, the ladies across the street, are excited to enjoy. But Molly is secretly dealing with financial troubles. She's too proud to ask her friends for a loan, but when they want to hire her as a detective, she jumps at a chance. You know, if you could get your heel out of my... What is with you today? Where was I? Sid and Gus are hosting fellow Vassar students to take part of the parades, but one of their brilliant just never shows up, and they want Molly to find her, and she probably ends up dead. When Daniel asks Molly to spy on friends and find out just what they are planning, she finds her loyalties are divided. Laura Childs. Oh, let's get some tea. Get some tea. Let's have a tea party. Come on, have a tea party. Her books are always so pretty. Her books are so pretty. They are. You know, you got your, come here. You've got your, your Mother's Day and your Easter books. You've got your Iris Crawford and your Leslie Muir, and you've got your Laura Child. There you go. There's your cozies. Get going. Death at a Firefly Tea Shop. As fireflies dazzle like tiny glowing lanterns, tea maven Theodosia hosts an elegant evening on tea of the patio, a Tangled Rose B&B. But in this gentle darkness, an intruder has made their way in, slipped deadly drugs into the baked Alaska. Miss Van Cortlandt, one of Charleston's local grand dames. Shocked by his brazen act, urged by Mrs. V's grieving son, Theodosia begins her own shadow investigation. Soon she finds herself at odds with a greedy developer whose questionable motives questions the residents of Honey Badger House, a vengeful ex-daughter-in-law, ne'er-do-well relatives, and a housekeeper who knows all the secrets. We shall have to investigate. Only a starry night, black-type ball that Theodos assembles upon the killer can be released. That was a painting. That blue thing. Another one with the comic book situation here. I don't know. Let me get. I mean, you know, I like my book covers. Oh, and I'm mad now. This is the new mass market. They got rid of the publishers said they weren't making enough money off the smaller version, so now they're bigger, so they can charge you an extra $2 or $3 for this one. But I can't reach. But well, that doesn't explain it much. Regencies. That's made in bed. Those weren't my examples I was looking for, but anyway. I don't understand what this cartoon stuff is. I just don't like it. I just don't. So we have Christy Carlyle, The Scoundrel and the Simon, a steamy Victorian historical romance. I'm sorry, I'm over it today. Dominic Prince is passionate, tenacious, and determined to carve out a legendary name for himself, just like his famous treasure-hunting father. When an American tycoon finds his expedition to uncover a Viking hoard in Norfolk and ship it across the Atlantic, Dominic sees his chance to claim glory! If he can unearth a treasure trove so magnificent it lands him on the front pages of newspapers in both England and America. Tess Hawthorne doesn't quite know what to make of the entirely handsome scoundrel who shows up in her village seeking the treasure she's been trying to look for all her life. Okay, now, I'm a little questioning about this next one. And I really wasn't going to include it, but then I decided to include it in the end. It's only 200 pages. So I'm questioning whether this is a book or an ebook. I don't know yet. It's not due out to the end of the month, I don't think. Yeah, 26th. But it's a co-author, and it sounds like a Harlequin type situation because it's two authors, and one of the authors I know is Harlequin. I know she's Harlequin. All right, they've both done Harlequin, but I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, it's Laurie Foster and Macy Yates. And usually Macy Yates is more of a cowboy situation, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Compared to her smart, reasonable twin, Layla has always been labeled the party girl's sister. Now she really screwed up by finding herself possibly accidentally pregnant and definitely not in love. With her sister on her honeymoon, Layla's only confidant is her guy friend Knox. There's mutual attraction, yet they've been tiptoeing around it, but telling Knox everything might change, well, everything. And the other story by Macy Yates. Oh, rancher, figures, cowboy. Didn't I just say that? Ellie Jones helplessly watched her beloved sister spiral into an addiction in high school. Thanks to her toxic relationship with Tyler's Porter, Ellie, now a teacher, hasn't seen Sarah in over a year. When she gets a call from Child Protective Services, the child has had a baby and surrendered her parental rights. Oops, gotta go check that out. Alright, now, Miss Flower I think you're okay with this. I don't know. It's a tad. Well, it's a cozy cover. It's 100% cozy cover. Excuse me a minute. Reminds me of Diane Kelly's and David Rosenfeld, I think is the other author. Oh, and who is it? One of the other authors that I read does a pet one too. Oh, I forget what it's called. She's one of the book authors, but she also has a pet when I'm in a county where it snows all the time. I forget. So Truffle Trouble, Amanda Flower. Summer is finally upon the village of Harvest, Ohio, nestled in picturesque Amish country, and folks are abuzz about their own very Bailey King upcoming June wedding. The Amish candy shop owner and star of TV Bailey Amish Sweets is marrying Holmes County Sheriff Aidan Broden. To sweeten the occasion will be a scrumptious giant chocolate truffle wedding cake, made especially for the happy couple by Bailey's New York City mentor John Pierre. On the other than the risk of the ring bearer just with a pig tripping and taking a bite of the confection, what could go wrong? As it turns out, a food-related disaster does befall the wedding day, but Bailey in the mix is nothing so pedestrian as a peckish pig. At the reception, a wedding guest dies after sampling the hors d'oeuvres. Cafe owner and new caterer Darcy Wooden, who made all the food except the desserts, is pegged by police as the number one suspect. Oops. On the darker side of town, The Keeper. And I wasn't really sure I was going to do this, but I decided, me with my 12 and 13, and I didn't want to stick with 13, and I had to make it 14 situation, and I didn't want to take away the 2 to be 12 again, so screw me. Sorry. On a cold, cold night in the remote Irish village of a town I cannot pronounce, a girl goes missing. Sweet-loving Rachel Holland was about to be engaged to the son of the local butcher and said she's dead in the river. In a close-knit town, a death like this isn't simple. It comes wrapped in generations of old gripes and power struggles, and it splits the town in two. Retired Chicago detective Cal Hoopin has friends here now, and he owes them loyalty, and his fiancée Leilana wants nothing to do with the tangles. As the feud becomes more vicious, he has to investigate. Miss Kelly, we were just talking about you with the puppies. This is on the other side of town. The house flippers. I'm gonna read this one because we've been talking about this. We did the construction a while ago. The if then construction. This is number 8, The Barn Identity of Diane Kelly. In Nashville, carpenter Whitney Whitaker is ecstatic when she discovers an abandoned barn perfect for her next project. However, since the surrounding former farmland has now developed into a shiny new shopping center, it seems the decrepit antebellum barn that once served as a lively stable should be torn down to make something more modern. Even so, Whitney can't help but think the barn should be preserved. While unproven, it is rumored the building once served as a hiding place for escaped slaves as part of the Underground Railroad. She convinced her cousin to take a chance on the old property. After all, the barn would make a unique retail space, or its high ceilings and wide walls could be turned into an art house cinema. Hey! Have you seen the TV Ghost shows? The TV show Ghost? They turned the barn into a restaurant. This is a new author, at least new to me, as far as I know. And this is book 1 in the series. It comes out March 10th. Spellbound by Murder, a Mystic Hollow bookshop mystery. Bookshop! Sign me up! When her grandmother suffers a nasty fall and asks for help to managing the family business, coffee-addicted single mother Veronica Blackstone moves her 16-year-old rom-com obsessed daughter to Mystic Hollow, Connecticut. Veronica is ecstatic to return to New England, but when she arrives, she quickly finds out that Mystic Hollow Boots, her grandmother's pride and joy, needs a little more TLC. Hoping to save the bookstore from a big box rival, Veronica enlists her sometimes mentor and sometimes crush Adam Wilford, a controversial but popular author, as the keynote speaker to kick off the literary festival that will hopefully bring a new wave of customers. But when Aiden turns up dead, you saw that coming, didn't you? This is another author that's kind of new to me. The Somewhat Wicked Witch of Brigandale. Once upon a time, A dark, wicked witch named Grisella lived in a cozy village in the dark forest of Brigandale. She dispensed herbs and tinctures at reasonable prices, met with slightly odd coven on a regular basis, and absolutely no need of any further company whatsoever. Thank you very much. But one afternoon, Grisella comes home to finding a screaming infant on her doorstep. Oh, somebody give me a baby. I'll take one. I'll take one. I'll love it and cherish it for the rest of my days. Give me a baby. Against all better judgment, she took the baby in and named him Bradley. 18 years later, Bradley has grown into a baffling, likable young man under Grisella's extremely tolerant, one might even say, doting eye. But the witch hopes for an unremarkable yet full life for her son are shattered when a small wooden animal starts prophesying that he is the lost prince and should ascend to the throne. What throne? What throne? Where? Where? Alright, I'm confused. And our final book, Miss Speedwell, I have tried. I have picked these book ups. I have picked this book up, put it down, picked it up, put it down, picked it up. I think I did a video on all that. Veronica Speedwell, this is book 10. A ghastly catastrophe. When the corpse of an entitled young man is found entirely drained of blood in a carriage next to Highgate Cemetery, Veronica's interest is piqued, and then a second victim is found, the death made to look like suicide, and Veronica and intrepid Bo Stoker know the hunt is on for the vampire. Hey, and if you haven't seen all my Black Dagger Brotherhood videos, please go check those out. And after you watch all those videos and read all those books, and if you have a few dollars, I don't, but if you have a few dollars, go over to Net Fashion Fix and go check out all those naked guys. It's fun watching J.O. would go, woo, ah! Where was it? When the corpse of an entitled young man is found entirely drained of blood in a carriage next to Highgate Cemetery. So they find the two bodies. Lily and her dashing husband, thirsty for more clues, Veronica and Stoker hear that a Roman boy may know more about their first victim, but the only way to the boy is through an old acquaintance, Stoker's Lady Julia Bispain. Lady Julia and her husband Nicholas occasionally track down murderers and are only too happy to help, but it comes clear that secret society is dangerous sect looking to entice immortality seekers. Veronica and Stoker find themselves ensnared by a more deadly, sinister couple. Let's go get some vampires, shall we? So what do you think? That is our March 2026 new releases. Oh, where's Barbara Walters when you need her? 2026. Never in a million years will I be able to even say it remotely like she does. But I gotta go talk to somebody. There's Miss Smokey over here who's giving me the old evil eye that I'm not paying attention to her. And she wants me to move the books back to the paranormal side of the round so she can have her bed next to me and give me her back when I'm doing videos and ignore me. And hey, don't forget to check out Voyager recaps every single Friday. These episodes, if thens, every single Friday afternoon. Unboxing on Sunday. I do not know what's in those boxes when they arrive. Zero. I don't ask for them. I get them, I open them, I do videos, I'm surprised at what's in them, and then we divide them up and ship them out to the charities. I do not know anybody else that does an unboxing on YouTube knows exactly what's in that box, because either they ordered it themselves or someone ordered it off their wish list and it's something they want. I don't want these books. They go. And of course, 6 months down the road, I'm watching my video back going, what the F did I do getting rid of those books? I could have sold them, could have made a couple pennies, but nope. We divide them up and get them out of here. They're out of here within 48, 72 hours at the latest. And Flashback Mondays. I'm struggling trying to figure out where to go with that. But don't forget Flashback Mondays. And of course, my daily book reviews. And March is Green Month for shorts. Check it out. Have a good one.